This is your daily news report and your third stimulus check update and your stimulus package update as of Thursday, February 25th. Nancy Pelosi said that the House of Representatives will vote on and pass the stimulus bill hopefully by the end of day tomorrow. The fighting between the Republican and Democrat senators was on full display on the Senate floor yesterday. We're waiting on the Senate parliamentarians' opinion about whether the $15 minimum wage can be included in the stimulus bill. President Biden tried to ban deportations for 100 days. A federal judge ruled against this and said that it was not allowed. The Senate is continuing to hear testimonies about the DC riots to see why the Capitol was left so vulnerable. If Trump tries to run again for president in 2024, Senator Mitt Romney said that Trump would most likely win the nomination. The FDA said that Johnson & Johnson's one-dose vaccine is effective. Johnson & Johnson is now waiting on their emergency use approval from the FDA. This is your Thursday news, and I hope you're having a very nice day. Congressman Steny Hoyer confirmed that the House of Representatives will be voting on the stimulus bill tomorrow on Friday. Hoyer tweeted, "The American people strongly support this bill, and we are moving swiftly to see it enacted into law." The House Republicans, they are still opposing the bill. Congressman Kevin McCarthy said a lot within this bill is a waste or a wish list from the progressives. The fighting between the Republican and Democrat senators was on full display on the Senate floor. Schumer pointed out that Republican voters support the plan and Republicans who vote against it do so at their own peril. Schumer said that recent polls show that 7 out of 10 Americans support the stimulus plan. But the leader of the Republicans in the Senate, Mitch McConnell, responded on the Senate floor. McConnell said, "This is just one illustration of how Democrats work backwards, instead of starting with the actual needs of American families." McConnell said that the Democrats' plan was counterproductive because it incentivizes people not to work and it keeps businesses closed. After the stimulus bill passes in the House of Representatives on Friday, the bill it will then be forwarded to the Senate. The Republicans and Democrats, they are speculating on what will be removed or modified in the stimulus bill once it goes under review by the Senate parliamentarian. The Democrats, they will be fighting to defend the $15 minimum wage within the stimulus bill. There are other items at risk of being removed from the bill, such as the funding of failing pension plans and funding to help laid-off workers keep their health insurance coverage, so it's not just the $15 minimum wage. The Democrats and Republicans, they have been working with parliamentarian Elizabeth McDonough for the past few weeks. The Democrat senators, they met with her yesterday and they made their final pitch for including the $15 minimum wage in the stimulus bill. Senator Bernie Sanders, who was at the meeting, said he was confident that they made a convincing case and he expects a ruling very soon. For the record, decisions made by the Senate parliamentarian can be overruled by the President of the Senate, which is Vice President Kamala Harris. Progressive Democrat Pramila Jayapal said we should use every tool in the toolbox. However, President Biden says that he is not in favor of overruling the Senate parliamentarian. The Senate parliamentarian has not been overruled in over 40 years. Additionally, overruling the parliamentarian would also upset moderate Democrats like Jon Tester. Tester says that he's going to rely on McDonough's ruling, so it would be a very risky move to overrule the parliamentarian's decision and upset certain Democrats. If a single Democrat senator votes no to the stimulus bill, then the stimulus bill will die. If you're enjoying this report, please be sure to subscribe. I try to break down the news and give it to you as straightforward as possible, and I thank you so much for your support. In political news, President Biden's plan for immigration reform was dealt another blow. A federal judge made a ruling to block Biden's 100-day ban on deportations. The judge said the White House failed to provide any concrete, reasonable justification for a 100-day pause. The judge also said the 100-day deportation pause would financially harm the state of Texas. The Senate is continuing to hear from top security officials regarding the DC riots. It was agreed that communication failures between the police and various federal agencies left the Capitol vulnerable. Federal agencies, they're pointing the finger at one another for the lack of communication. Next week, the senators, they will be listening to testimonies from the Pentagon, Homeland Security, and FBI officials. In a recent interview with the New York Times, Senator Romney was asked about the possibility of Trump running for president again in 2024. Romney said, I don't know if he'll run for president again in 2024, but if he does, I'm pretty sure that he will win the nomination. A survey by the Morning Consult shows that 54% of Republicans will vote for Trump if he runs again. As for Romney, he said, "I would not be voting for President Trump again." That sentiment is shared by Republican Representative Liz Cheney, who Trump hates, because she called for Trump's impeachment. During a news conference, Cheney said, "I don't believe that Trump should be playing a role in the future of the Republican Party or the country." Regarding the COVID-19 news, the one-dose vaccine from Johnson & Johnson is one step closer to being approved. Yesterday, the FDA endorsed their vaccine as being effective. Johnson & Johnson's emergency use application is now with the FDA's vaccine committee, which will meet on Friday to issue the final approval. According to Biden's COVID advisory team, 4 million doses of Johnson & Johnson's vaccine will be shipped out as early as next week after the FDA's approval. According to a survey by the Pew Research Center, 59% of Americans believe that all teachers should be vaccinated before reopening schools. Teachers' unions agree and want educators to be given priority access to the vaccine. However, the CDC continues to insist that schools can reopen without teachers being vaccinated. The CDC says that there are safety protocols that can effectively protect staff and students. That's the news for today. If you enjoyed today's report, please be sure to subscribe. I thank you for your support and wish you a very nice day.